been a while since I've done this. I hope that I got everything correct. Hi everyone. It has been a long time since I had done a YouTube video. I want to say approximately 2 to 3 years. I think it was the year I first started. I moved to Georgia. So yes, I wouldn't say it's 3 years, almost 4 years. 4 years will be in March, but a lot has happened in between. I've done some things, and I guess just like with timing, I don't know, really couldn't keep up with it. But I want to try again as a New Year's resolution. So welcome back to the first video in a long time. It has, like I said, it's been almost 4 years since I had done a YouTube video, and it has been a long time, but I have missed it and wish I kept up with it because I was having really fun with filming and editing videos and doing things like that. So yeah, a lot has happened, but I am so glad to be back. Now, this is, I think, when I started doing videos for fun, it was like vlogs. Well, I want to take a whole new route because a lot has changed with me. I want to say at the end of 2023, I started reading again. I started reading books, and how that happened is crazy. So, huge Star Wars fan here, right? The Ahsoka is one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. Her show was being made. It was coming out. So her show was coming out, and I found out that there was an Ahsoka book. So I got the book, started reading, and then I think after that I wanted to start reading some more. So I started that, and I read quite a few books. And then beginning of 2024, I had an amazing reading journey. Discovered so many books. And read them and stuff like that. Started to get on like the whole book talk, book Instagram bandwagon, just watching, getting recommendations for books, buying books, doing everything. So I've got back into reading. I remember I used to read when I was really young, like the Diary of the Wimpy Kid series was my thing, and I kind of have some of my series out here on my bottom shelf, and I kind of want to finish it up. So yeah, like that is the thing. I used to love reading a lot as a kid. I know when there were movies coming out that I was interested in, I found out there was a book to the book that came out first. I would read the book before watching the movie. Like everything. If I Stay was one of them. What was it? The Fault in Our Stars. I know that was really big at the time. So I remember reading those books and before the movie came out, and loved them. So I used to read a lot before. Growing up, I guess I should say. You follow the bandwagon, and then you can start back up. But yeah, I wanted to do a video. Oh, and Happy New Year's. When I'm filming this is on New Year's. When I post it, probably not be New Year's. But yeah, today is New Year's, and I just thought that I would start one of my resolutions, and I am doing that, which is doing YouTube videos and probably throw some books in there. So yeah, that's where we're at with that, and I'm so excited to start. So today's video, I just thought I would start with, I guess, 25 books I want to read this year that I'm putting on my TBR. Last year's goal of reading was 60 books. I read 52 books. I had quite a slump. Then I started to realize that I'm just more of a mood reader. I realized that. So I read 52 books. Back to my reading goal for the year to 50 books. But I'm going to do 25 books for my TBR, or my anticipated reads, I should say. Got this idea from a book YouTuber that I follow, Madi Covington. I guess I'll put her link down below. I don't know. She inspired me to do this one because she did 24 books last year for her TBR or our TBR or anticipated read. And then I have some I want to do for this year, 25 books. Two I don't have yet because they have not been released yet. And yeah, I think that's really what I want to do. I want to do something like that. Now, some of these books have already been out, but like I said, I kind of came into this a little bit late at the end of 2023, did a whole lot of reading in 2024. So these are books that I hear about and I picked up that I want to do. Now, the way I'm going to show you guys this is just by genre. I think that helps keep me sane, because there's so many you want to do. So let's just get into this video. Let's get into this video, and I can introduce you to the 25 anticipated slash TBR reads that I want to do in 2025. Let's do this. Got all the books laid out. Now, like I said, these are going to be like the 25 books of this year, TBR slash anticipated reads. I'm going to do it like that. But first, I want to start off this with some stats because I'm kind of proud of myself. Like I said, I just got back into reading, and I want to share my stats. Okay, so I think because I'm really impressed with myself, I set a goal and I almost met that goal. But I want to say 52 books is still an accomplishment. You know, even though I did not hit 60, which is okay. You know, if you don't hit your book goal, the fact that you were almost there and you still read quite a bit of book in a year, it's still good, especially if you're just like starting out or you're just coming back to reading. So yeah, I want to share some stats. So I'll start with my Goodreads stats. So with my Goodreads stats, like I said, my goal was 60 books and I only read 52, which was, like I said, a really huge accomplishment for me. So my year in books of 2024, I read 18,281 pages, read 52 books. The shortest book I read was Trick Play, which is part of the, oh gosh, what's it called? Part of the Heston U series. That was a really good series. I read Trick Play, because part of one of my book clubs is you have to is a hockey book. So Iced Out was the book. So I read Trick Play first, then I read Ice Out, and then the longest book I read was 606 pages, which was The Ritual, which is part of the Lord series. I do the other two series. I am going to do a video where I do series I start and I want to finish, or series I do want to read. Average book length in 2024 is 351 pages. Okay, and then we'll go down to the books. So the most shelved books, which is about like how many people have shelved the book. So the most shelved one I did read that last year, was A Court of Thorns and Roses. The least shelved books that I read, one of the books I read that was least shelved was Shattered Obsession by Tina Spencer. My average rating for 2024 was 4.5. I really had a lot of good reads this year as someone coming back, so I'm really happy with that. The highest rated book on Goodreads, which is one of the books I read, was The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. Such a good book. My first review on a book was The Last Letter. And then my last review of the year, so the one that I wrote out, of course, I still write books past this book, but just something that I did was the last review of the year, which is The Coworker. So yeah, that is what I got going on right there. So yeah, that's my stats with Goodreads. Now I do have my story graph. So like I said, 60 books was my goal. Read 52, so I accomplished 87% of my goal. And then this is why I love the story graph. It just really breaks it down for you. So 52 books, 16,225 pages, 67 hours and 67 minutes, or no, 67 hours. Okay, let's say 67 hours. Moods. I read a whole lot of emotional books, funny books, lighthearted books. I got some dark ones in there: adventure, tense, mystery, sad, relaxing, reflective, and hopeful, something like that. And I got those books in there off my pace, so I go by a medium pace more than a fast pace. Number of pages, so I guess like my range of pages is between 300 to 500 pages, which is a really valid thing for me, because if I try to read something pretty big, I do get it takes me a while. Audiobook length, yes, I do a lot of audiobooks. That's how I got past this year. I do a whole lot of audiobooks. It's just, for me, it's so much better. And the good thing about it, it's like for me, I'm a movie person, so it's like watching a movie. I just sit there and I listen and I picture everything, and it makes me feel like I'm in the book. So it really helps me out. And I did a whole lot of fiction books. You can see by genres. I do read a lot of romance and contemporary. I am a romance contemporary girl through and through. Even I'm a romance girl with movies. I did sports. I got into hockey books this year, like thanks to Icebreaker. So hockey books is a lot that I have read this year, and I do have a shelf dedicated to hockey romance books. And I'm wanting to read more this year. And then, I guess, of course, my formats, how I do that. Top authors I read. So basically, Elle Kennedy, Brian Lee O'Malley. I am a fan of the Scott Pilgrim movie. And I watched the animation show. So therefore, I read the graphic novels. And then of Anna Wong as well. I read all of her Twisted series, all of her King of Sin series. Can't wait for King of Envy. The only series I've not read is the If series. Yeah, I know that's her first series, but it's just like a series I have not read yet. And yeah, these are just like my stats. All right, now it is just time to get into my 25 books on my TBR/anticipated read. So I want to start off this by genres. So we are gonna start with hockey romance. Okay, so hockey romance. I have 3 hockey romance, and like I said, I'm gonna share. And like I said in the super video, I'm gonna do a video on basically like series I started and gonna finish, and then series I want to start and I have the books for them. So we're gonna go through that one, and then some of these books you're gonna see are part of series, and I'll point that out too. But so the first book is gonna be Unsteady. This is by Peyton Karen. I heard really good things about this. Now, how I come across some of the books that I read is like I'm on TikTok or Instagram, and like they're posting like a little snippet of a book. And if I like that little snippet, I want to get the book. So Unsteady was just definitely one of them. It's a beautiful hockey romance from what I hear. All right. Then it is Tessa Bailey's The Unfair Affair. I know this came out last year, and I am so late, and I'm so sorry. Some of these books, you can be like, girl, you're late on these books. I know. I am so sorry. You know, I tried my best, and I tried to get on the bandwagon with everybody. But it's going to be The Unfair Affair by Tessa Bailey. I really heard good things about this one. I heard that this was, I think I want to say this is one of her best ones, I heard. Then, like I said, I do a lot of Elle Kennedy books. I did the off-campus series books. I haven't finished all of them, so that's one of the series I've not finished. I haven't finished all of them, but the ones I do want to read, one of my anticipated reads is The Graham Effect, and I'm putting this on here. Even though I didn't finish the off-campus series, or I haven't read the Bar U series. I have the first book of the Bar U series, but even though, because if I have this on here, it's gonna motivate me to finish the off-campus series and get to the Brian U series, just so I can read this one. I have this one, The Dixon Rule, and I can't wait for Charlie Method to come out. I'm just collecting these because I know I'm gonna want to get to these and read them. All right, so that was hockey romance. Now let's just do oh, sorry, I forgot one more hockey romance, and that is Matching All the Way by Veronica Eden. And with this one, this is part of the Heston U series, and like I said, I read Trick Play and I read Iced Out, and I love those two, so I'm really excited for this one. I know this is like a prequel, I want to say, to Trick Play and Iced Out, because this takes place before those two, and this is one I have not read yet, and I purposely got this cover because they got the same cover for the other two, so I just purposely got this one even though it's completely different. So this is what I got. So yes, all right, so those my 4 hockey romance books. All right, now it's time for the romance books. Now some of these like already came out and I'm late to get into them, but these are going to be on my most anticipated reads. So we have This 7 Year Slipped. Heard really, really good things about this one. Can't wait to start this one. This is by Ashley Poston. Then we have A Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn. This I got for Christmas, thanks to my best friend Kylie. But this is The Triple Bodyguard by Lily Gold. And I think the other one is the Triple Friends with Benefits ones. Ooh, I ain't messing that up. I'm gonna put the picture up here, but yeah, there's one before, just like this one by Lily Gold that I heard good things about. But The Triple Bodyguard, this sounds kind of interesting. You know, like a celebrity and 3 bodyguards. That sounds spicy. And the one thing you're gonna know about on this channel, I love smut, I love spice. That, like, if you have it in the book, I love it. You know. And then I heard good this one about this one, but Morgan Elizabeth, Passenger Princess. Now, I get picked on a lot for being a passenger princess, because I am a passenger princess, but I get picked on a lot for being a passenger princess. So, and I know it's not the same thing as this one, but I hear that if you love Twisted Games, which is the second book in the Anna Wong Twisted series, which is my favorite book out of the whole entire series. And when I say my favorite, I mean my favorite. I mean, I have the Fairy Loot edition one of that one that I bought from a reseller, and I got my Twisted Games original cover, original book signed by Anna Wong. So I am a huge fan of Twisted Games. So, and I hear that it's just like this, like the same vibe. So therefore, I'm really excited to read this one. Then I heard good things about this series. This is, I forgot, what's the name of this series? Oh, it's called the Rebel Blue Ranch series. So I got the first one, which is Dawn and Dusted. I hear this is a really nice, quick read, and it's so good. I hear the others are better than this one. Like, the more and more you go up, the writing gets better. But I gotta start with Dawn and Dusted, so this is like one of them. Abby Jimenez, Part of Your World. Now, my roommate, she recommended this one for me. To me, I had intention to start it because I already had like my little tabbies in here, but I did have intention to start it last year. I just haven't gotten to it. But Part of Your World, I hear really good things about. Then I did meet Sarah Kate back in December. She was promoting her new book, Keep Me. And one thing you'll know about me is I love a foreign man. I love a foreign man. I love me a British man. Ugh, love British men. But this man, who is Killian Barclay, Scottish. So cannot wait to see what she does. And I am a fan of Sarah Kate. I read Praise, and I have the rest of the books in her series, which is the Salacious Play Club series. So I have those, and those are one of my series I'm going to be reading. But Keep Me, and this is part of a whole new series called The Simple Manner. So can't wait for this one. And then this one is on one of the Patreons I'm a part of for a content creator. This is her book club pick up of the month for January, and which is The Wedding People. And I did hear good things about The Wedding People, so I can't wait to start this one up. This is something I feel like it's different. It's like romance, but like a little bit different in my pacing. So I can't wait for this one. Okay, so that was all of romance. Now it is time for dark romance. And dark romance, I love through and through. My first dark romance book I read beginning of last year was The Ritual, and I hear that is not a really good start. So, but I read it, like the plot. There's a little bit of a plot, but I see where they were going. It was not bad. So I want to get into some Penelope Douglas. So I got two of her books on my anticipated reads, and the first one is Corrupt by the Devil Knight, part of the Devil Knight series. So I have Corrupt by Penelope Douglas, and another one of hers that I have that I also want to read is Five Brothers. I heard some things about this one, so I can't wait for that. This is the probably smut cover, part of that book club. And then this series, I heard a lot about it. I heard really good things about Rena Kent. But I have the first book of the series, which is The God of Malice. Can't wait to do that one. Then the Navessa Allen Lights Out. I feel like this is going to be really different for me in terms of darkness. So I'm kind of want to go on that ride right there. So yeah, I really want to go on that ride. And then I have, this is not really dark, but it's more of like a taboo romance. And it's the second book in the Salacious Play Club by Sarah Kate, which is Eyes on Me. So this is definitely, I'm putting this on my TBR/anticipator read list to give me motivation to go through the series. You know, my friend, my roommate, she has already finished the whole entire series. She loves it through and through. So therefore, gotta do this. I gotta catch up. Now it is time for fantasy/romantasy. I'm having a little trouble with fantasy books because I feel like sometimes there's a lot of information for me to gather a whole lot of information for me to gather. So yes, so I really want to push myself this year to try to read new things instead of sticking to romance and dark romance. But I do have the Zodiac Academy. I really heard amazing things about this book series, and this is something that I really want to read. So I got, you know, this one, the first one, which is The Awakening of the Zodiac Academy. Then the thing I do with all of my fantasies, and some of my fantasies already came in hardcovers, I want to continue that. So it took me a while to find this one, but I have The Serpent and the Night of Wings. It took me a while to find it in hardcover. Everywhere else I go is in paperback, but I wanted a hardcover, so I finally got my hands on one. And then the second book of the ACOTAR series, since I read A Court of Thorns and Roses last year, A Court of Mist and Fury. And I can't wait to do this one. I know this is like really past, like, it's about 600 pages. Yes, about 600 pages. So I know this is just gonna take me a while, but I am, you know, I'm encouraging myself to get through this and to do this, and I'm determined to get through this. So definitely. So those are my 3 books for romantasy/fantasy. And then now it is time for some thrillers. Now I do love a good mystery and a good mystery book. I really do, because I love guessing who is, like, you know, who's behind all of this. I try to gather clues and all that stuff. So I am really excited about these 3 books. I think 2 are like, no, 1 is mystery and 2 are like thriller horror. Well, 1 is thriller, the other one's like horror thriller, from what I'm understanding about the book. But this was also a Christmas gift from my other best friend / my roommate, which is Joe Hill, Nosferatu. I watched the older version of Nosferatu, and then she showed me the 80s version of Nosferatu. And then I know there's a new Nosferatu that came out, of course, so definitely want to go see that. But the book Nosferatu, do want to read this one by Joe Hill, who is Stephen King's son. I didn't know he wrote. I know about Stephen King because of my roommate, but didn't know his son wrote books too until I saw this one. So yes, Nosferatu. Then I have been on I read 2 books last year of Frida McFadden. I read Never Lie and I read The Co-Worker. And now I do have The Boyfriend, which did come out last year. So this is definitely on my list to get to. But I know this is like more of like a thriller. And then for my mystery, it is Listen for the Lie. I heard good things about this one. I heard this was like in a podcast format, which really got my attention. I'm like, okay, how can we do that? Like, I do audiobooks with everything. So I'm really excited about this one, because I'm like, I have to know how this is being played out, how this has been written. But I heard really good things about this book. All right, so those are like the physical ones that I have with me. Now there are 2 that are part of the romance section, part of like the romance section, but I don't have them because of course they have not came out yet. So we do and they're 2 Anna Wong books, and they are The King of Envy, which I have already pre-ordered, and then also The Defender, which come out until later this year. It won't come until later this year, so I can't really quite pre-order it, but I did pre-order King of Envy, and I'm so excited to get that book. But those are like the other 2 that are part of my TBR anticipated reads. So I cannot wait for those to come out. But you guys, that was the video. And I'm so excited to start reading again. I had quite of a time getting back into reading again, and I just cannot wait to do this, and then hopefully to document it throughout this whole entire year about my reading goals and things like that. So I cannot wait, and I'm excited, and Happy New Year again. I hope you guys are having a beautiful start to your new year, and I want to know, like, what are you guys' resolutions for the new year? Oh, my puppy saying hi baby. So yeah, I want to know, what are you guys' resolution? It could be non-book related or book related. You just let me know in the comment section. But thank you for tuning in into today's video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.